Bless are we peoples? Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry, I'm always doing something silly. So I forgot to put my microphone uh, where it should be. So welcome, y'all. Welcome. We're going to have fun. We're going to do a reading. We're going to focus on, again, this reading is in honor of my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having her crystal sale right now. And I have the link in the description, I believe. You can find that there. But yeah, we're going to do our regular scheduled reading like we do during her sale. Well, hello, Pauline. Welcome. So we're going to focus on karma because her theme for her sale is karma. And I really feel like a lot of us don't really comprehend what karma is. Karma isn't good or bad. Karma isn't judgment. It's not like, you did something bad and now you get something bad. Karma is not that whatsoever. Karma is energy, non-judgment, non-judgmental energy. It simply is, right? It's vibration, and it's the choices that we choose, the choices that we invest in every single day, every single moment, and that energy formulates our life. Thank you. I did. I was like, I need to shower, y'all. I need to get pretty. I did. I worked at it. Thank you. Karma is very fascinating. I used to hate talking about karma just because I did. But I think we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy. We're just going to focus on, what is our karma, each and every one of us, what is our karma telling, what is it expressing? What is it telling us? What do we need to know? So I'm going to use two different decks. I'm going to use my own Metamorphosis Oracle, and then I have no idea what that was. I'm going to use what is it? Getting into the Vortex Oracle cards as well. So we're going to enjoy our process. Tinted moisturizer, it works wonders. And lots of water. Well, hello, blessed be Karen, Louise, TJ, Stacy, Sonia, and Speedy. Hello, Moon Daisy. But yeah, we're going to have fun. Let me shuffle, and I'm going to do three cards, 2 cards per stack, okay? 3 stacks, 2 cards per stack. Bear with me. I'm trying to cut back on coffee, so I haven't had that much today. We'll see how that goes. We're just going to have fun. I'm going to, well, hello, Felicia. Good to see you. I do, what is it? Retinol. And then I do tinted moisturizer because why not? Drink lots of water. Y'all, take some time to focus on your breathing, take some time to focus on your heartbeat, tune in with this moment right now, show up for yourself because you deserve the attention, right? You deserve it. Show up and just remember, this is hello, Karen. Hello. This is our co-creative process. So share your thoughts, share your feelings. It is entirely up to you if you want to participate and comment. And you don't have to. Again, no judgment. If you don't want to comment, then just take notes, write it down. Okay, so take some time to focus on your breathing and take some time to call in your spirits, your guides, your ancestors, your allies, whoever you work with, the angels, God, goddess. Take some time to call that energy in, to be present with yourself and ask those guides and those angels and those gods, whoever you connect with, ask them to come through to help you have the best experience possible today, okay? We're going to enjoy. We're going to have fun. I am still doing keto. Yes, absolutely. It's the best thing really for my type 2 diabetes. Yeah, I am. Okay, let's go. So when you're ready, go ahead and comment 1, 2, or 3. When you are ready, go ahead and comment 1, 2, or 3. The first number that does pop into your head, 1, 2, or 3, or write it down again, whatever you prefer. You don't want to comment, you don't have to. 1, 2, 3. 3, and go ahead and comment or write down. Well, thank you, Karen. I try. I try to be entertaining as best as possible. And 1, 2, or 3. And remember, okay, let me just go over this. So remember, all 3 cards are going to be the reading in general. The card that you choose, right? The stack that you choose is going to be your dominant vibration. It just helps you fine tune and personalize a general reading, a general experience. So take that card that you choose and make that the emphasis, and the other 2 cards will support that message. Okay, so just know that the stack you choose from is going to be your dominant stack, but all 3 cards will have meaning, will have expression, right? So that's how I roll. That's what we do. Well, thank you, Jessica. Yes, I'm very stirred and bubbly at the same time. I like that. That's funny. I try to remain in amusement, you know. Life is too interesting. So yeah, so 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and comment, or write it down. So let me go through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I'm choosing from the vortex as well. So we have stuff to work with. So let me do this. Yeah, commentary, because it's really weird when you're so silent, you don't say anything, and then people are just watching you. I can feel your eyes. So I like to ramble. Okay. First, this is hilarious, actually. This is funny. So, okay, and someone will know why this is funny, and rather fitting. Okay, so the first card, dominant for those who chose stack 1. Sweet but sassy, that's me. Card 1, stack 1, is the King. So when you think of the King, how does that make you feel? What do you think of when you think of, okay, the King, boom, the key words that pop into your head? What comes up? The King and Dominion. Order, blessing, fertility, physical, wealth, abundance, strength, and noble. So what's our karma? You know, what's karma telling us? What's karma expressing to us? We have the King. I feel like I'm saying Joaquin, and I'm not, I promise. Well, hello, Bert. Hello, Jenny. Is it Carla or Charlotte? I like how you spell your name, and I probably messed up the pronunciation, so I apologize. The King. Yes, this is a Wayward Wearables creation. You can purchase it if you want. I stole it for a minute. So the King, Dominion. Let's see. So we have order, blessings, fertility, physical, wealth, abundance, strength, and noble. And so what is our karma telling us right now about the King and Dominion? And it really is saying, you know what? Now is a very important time to focus on your role in your life in regards to what it means to fulfill the King, right? That kind of sounds weird, but it just means that it's time to step up in your own life, like show up for yourself. Okay, show up for yourself. And how can you fulfill royal blessing or royal beginnings? Yes, I like that. And it means show up for yourself, right? Show up for yourself. And how can you play that role in your life? Like, where do you need to be a little more, I was going to say authentic, but no, it's authoritative, right? Where do you need to show up and have more authority in your life? Where do you need to be stern? Thank you, whoever said that earlier, but that's a perfect word here. Where do you need to be a little more stern, a little more, you know, in your own power, right? And so, you know, where do you need to have a little more organization? Because again, with the Keen energy, we realize like we are in charge of our thought processes. And if we think of our thought processes, right? If we think of our thoughts as are you know, in a kingdom sort of thing, like subjects, like our people, our community. If you think of your thoughts, all of the thoughts that you entertain and you engage with, if you think of that as your community in which you roll over in a sense, or you try and take care of, then that puts things into perspective, I think. And so it's like, okay, well, if I want a healthy kingdom, then I need to have healthy thoughts and work through the things that are not so healthy, not deny them, but work through them. And so my karma, right, in this card, the dominant vibration here, the karma is telling me that I need to show up for myself, and I need to find my authenticity. I need to engage from my heart space. I need to talk from a very authoritative place. Does that make sense? So my karma is affecting my family. Accountability, yes. King of the castle, home, and its foundation. Yeah. So it's like I'm in charge of my. Oh, I almost said something. I'm trying to respect. I don't swear when we do Elisa's like the reading for her group, because that's just a rule for the group, and I try so hard. So I don't swear during these. Sometimes I slip, but with the King and Dominion, we know that, you know what, we need to maybe have my karma is where I place my investment in regards to my money, wealth, abundance, the things that are really going well for me, like where I place my investment, where I place my support. So is where I'm placing my investment is where I'm investing my money or helping out, is that in alignment with what feels good to me, or is it in alignment with things that just take away from my mission here? Does that make sense? And so with the keen energy, we have to get things in order, because we are powerful. Each and every one of us are absolutely powerful and strong in our own lives. We are the creators and designers of our reality. And so with the keen coming up, it's time to understand that we hold dominion. We hold this power in us, and it's important that we take full advantage of it. It is important that we understand that we have power in our situation. What other people project onto us, what other people's fears, other people's insecurities, other people's traumas, and I don't mean to sound insensitive if I am, but other people's stuff is their own. It's not ours. And so we need to realize that we don't have to take on the energy, the vibration, the traumas of other people. We need to understand ourselves enough and hold that space to be strong here, and work from that place, so we can have sorry, I'm gonna have to do this. Sorry, I get spam sometimes, so I have to block people. So the king, and let's see the card that is co-creating with the king. So the second card to one, second card to stack one is this is funny. So attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. Attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. So how does that make you feel? Like, what comes up for you when you think about this, right? That's actually, it fits really, really well with the King card and what we've been expressing. So it is easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feeling good is through influencing or controlling the behavior of others. But as you attempt to control them through influence or coercion, right, you discover that not only can you not contain them, but your attention to them brings more like them into your experience. You simply cannot get to where you want to be by attempting to control or eliminate the unwanted. How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? I like it. I do. I like the intensity of it, because it just, again, it sets it back. The king, our community, as in what we create, what we participate in, and what we are. Apparently this is like the things that we're taking in, what we're bringing in, the energies that we're activating, they also emit outwardly, and then they start to shift and form to bring those experiences that match the energy within here to us. So okay. So it is important that we have sort of order to the thoughts that we think, and the thoughts that we invest in, and the actions that we take, and the people and the causes that we support, all of that. Because when we do that, we realize we don't have to attempt to control anyone. People can react and respond the way they choose to react and respond, because again, most people, we all are reacting or responding from our existence, our life choices, our hurts, our traumas, our anger, our frustration. So a lot of times we are reacting and not responding, right? And so we don't have to control someone else. If they want to run their mouths, if they want to do something, that's on them. But what matters most is how we reclaim our power in any given situation. So karma is telling us, look, we only have power over ourselves. So let's not try to control other people. Let us control ourselves and focus on ourselves during the situation. I feel like I'm like transfixed here. Whoosh. Whew, that was weird. So does that make sense? How does that make you feel? What comes up? Peace and harmony in your own life, balance and transition. Ouch. Yeah, can be. This is so true. That is so true. When controlling one gets controlled. Yeah. Because you waste so much energy when you're like, that's not what I meant. You don't have to justify yourself to anybody. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You just need to just remain authentic and be who you are, because people are going to try and paint you a specific way no matter what, because that's what they do. Conversation and communication can be had, but a lot of times we need to respond from our own authenticity. I keep saying that, but that's just what keeps coming up. It's like our core, our soul. We need to respond from that space. What you put out comes back upon you. Thus, you have to be conscious of yourself. Energy is energy. I see two faces, so like a Gemini, and as you know, the control we discussed even recently. Yeah. Controlling. Ooh, look at this. So controlling limits your spiritual achievements and keeps you anchored to because controlling means controlling activates like a sense of fear. It activates different blockages. It activates this limitation. There's no limitation. There isn't. And so when we realize, again, I don't have to control you. I simply need to control myself. I need to figure out why these things are bothering me. And bring it back here. And I like this initiating, right? I like this initiating the reading for karma, because it's telling us karma is not about other people. Karma is about ourselves. Our karma is telling us that we need to focus in on our own selves and stop worrying about what other people are doing, saying, behaving, right? Let people be who they are. Whether it is in agreement with you and your lifestyle or not, they can be who they are. You don't have to align with that. You don't have to allow for that in your space. You can distance yourself and walk away from situations, but they're entitled to be who they are, whether it is correct or not in your life. Okay. So that's kind of what is being expressed with stack 1. So I try to control every single aspect of my life with such a tight grip that I was suffocating the life out of life. Yes, that's important. Yeah, absolutely. It's challenging when you're someone who really likes to control situations like me. It's challenging to let go, but it's possible. It's absolutely possible. So let's see. Control is not only negative spiritually, but mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, it destroys you. It eats away at you. Yeah. So let's go on to stack 2. Okay. What? Karen, what? Let me do this. I'll be doing an ayahuasca ceremony in October, so I'm learning to let go of things like control. Yes, good. Yeah, I would be interested in hearing your experience. So definitely, if you want, get back with me, message me after. I would love to know. Yeah, well, like I said in the beginning, all 3 cards are our general reading. The stack that you choose is going to be your dominant influence, so it's where you place most emphasis. But all the other cards are still part of the reading. So let's get into stack 2. Stack 2, card 1, stack 2. Sometimes I just wonder if I'm talking English. Okay, waves. Stack 2, card 1. When you think of the word waves, what imagery pops up? How does it make you feel? What key words pop up when you think of waves, right? And so we have a long journey, self-sabotage, psychic. Waves can move in psychic energy, absolutely. Artistic development. So waves can be very creative. So how does that make you feel? Waves. So there's a long journey, and okay, so in regards to our karma, right, what is karma telling us right now? Karma is a long journey. It is every moment. It is every moment that comes up, and it's ebb and flow. Ooh, yes, ocean waves, ebb and flow. Yes, waves of emotion. Yes, I can be controlling. I have been actively working to let go. Yeah, absolutely. Tides, yes, I like that. High tide, low tide. So it's like this high emotion or high energy or high boom. There it is, and then it's pulling back, right? Maya, ocean, calm, or violent. Yes, because waves do their natural thing, right? So high tide, depending on where you are, high tide can be it's absolutely beautiful, but it can be absolutely overwhelming and scary because if you're walking on certain rocks and it was really low tide and out of nowhere high tide can boom can come up and then it's like, oh, there's nowhere to walk anymore. That can be terrifying. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that come up in regards to karma and waves. We realize that, you know what, life, thank you, Sonia, life is an adventure, right? Let me see. Hold on. Life is an adventure. Ebb and flow. Life is an adventure. Life is, again, there's a long journey. So it's not, we don't have to figure out everything in regards to our life right now. We simply need to every day show up and choose what we love, choose what we enjoy, be mindful of the bigger picture, but also show up and not self sabotage. If we want something, then let's go for it. I'll give you a little example. Well, hello, Jen. 1, 2, or 3, the first number that pops into your head. Go ahead and comment. Hopefully you don't mind. I'll give you a personal example. Community is really important to me. I really want to be a part of a community. I really love engaging with other people, but at the same time, I'm very hesitant, and I feel there's something that I have to work on within me. But a lot of times, I experience friendships and different relationships that end up really hurting me because I invest a lot, like all of who I am, but I learn from each experience, and then it just seems like I get turned on or anything like turned on. You know what I mean? Not turned on like that. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting because I miss community. I miss being a part of something like that. And I create that as best as I can where I am. But I've learned so much through the process, right? So self-sabotage, if I allowed for self-sabotage to enter, I would be like, I'm done with people. I'm not going to invest anymore into relationships. But my heart is so invested. Like I really desire to just, be a part of something, to help, to make a difference and to engage with people. I love talking with everyone because I learned so much, not just about y'all, but about myself as well. And I just love it. So I'm not going to give up. So I keep investing and I try to learn from my part in situations, right? I try to learn and I keep doing it. I'm not going to allow myself to sabotage myself and not put myself out there anymore. Does that make sense? Okay, so waves, self-sabotage, and it's also saying, you know what? Pay attention to your heart, pay attention to your gut, pay attention to your psychic energy, your intuition, pay attention to those skills because you get to discern, you get to see what's going on. You can trust your vibes and learn to pick up on energies. And again, it's like the ebb and flow, like that ebb and flow. Oh my goodness. And be creative. So karma, what is my karma telling me with the dominance of stack 2? It is definitely saying this is an ebb and flow of life. This is our adventures, our choices, and to really embrace the experience no matter what it is. Because life is meant to be challenging, but also liberating and rewarding. Because without the challenge, without the friction, we wouldn't be able to define and invest into the beauty of ease and grace, right? And so everything is welcome, and so it's just up to us to navigate those waves, right? And so that's some stuff that comes up with the waves in our karma. It's a process. Life is a process, and it's a wonderful process. It's a wonderful journey. Embrace that, right? So Yeah, be creative too. Channel. It could be with waves. It can very well be like it's time to maybe channel what you're going through, like channel your thought process, especially like if you're feeling really angry or just sad or depressed, or even if you're like really ecstatic and happy, but channel those energies into like if you can this apparently is supposed to be like painting. I don't know if you could paint or draw, but put that into a creative outlet. I see with waves, I see painting most often, but it can be drawing. It can be any form of creativity, right? So channel what you're going through and put it onto canvas or paper or do something. Don't You are worthy of experiencing a life that you desire for yourself. So you don't have to hold yourself back and you don't have to sabotage yourself. It's not necessary, right? Would suffer from boredom. Yes, exactly. We would. So keep that in mind. The second part to stack two is there are, I like this. There are many right ways. There are many right ways for us to behave. I actually, that's one of the things I would have loved to become a counselor, like a psychologist, a therapist. Yeah, that's something that it's funny because at one point I wanted to be an actor, a lawyer, or a psychologist. And all three are absolutely fitting for me, honestly. Um, so there are many right ways for us to behave. How does that make you feel? So it is possible to live upon this planet with large numbers of other beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways in peace. When you are able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you are choosing, then you will truly be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on one right way. One right way would lead to endedness. Many right ways allow eternal expansion. So, how does that make you feel? What comes up? Right, right. So, there are many right ways for us to behave. And again, y'all, let's just get personal. So, personal experience recently. And to just to put this, bear with me because apparently I can stutter a lot today and my communication is a little, whew. But to put this in a personal format, there was an experience I recently had where someone was trying to control me and tell me how I should behave. And where individual was just like really coming from a place of hurt. And I can see that. And they said some things that I found unnecessary. And they were attacking in a sense. And normally, old me would be like, hoops down, claws sharpened, throat, right? That's I have that in me. I have that in me to just like boom, go in. But I realized again with this card, I realized, you know what? Everyone has their own cycles with waves, ebb and flow. Everyone has their own way of being, right? And they're responding or reacting from whatever they're going through, okay? And so I realized for myself, like I didn't feel that anger or that need to defend myself or that like fiery, like I don't know if y'all know like how that feels. It's just like, oh my gosh, you're gonna come at me, boom. My inner chola is coming out. I have my Sharpie near. We're gonna go for it. It happens. I feel that sometimes. And I'm talking about like big hoops. Boom. And so it's like, oh, I didn't feel any of that because I realized, you know what? There are many right ways in life for people. People are designing their own realities and they are basing what they are saying to you a lot of times on their own upbringing, on their own traumas, on their own stuff that is being activated. And so when people come from a place of hurt, right? Then it doesn't make sense to hoops down. And we realize that, oh, it's about me. It's about us. I can choose to behave the way that I desire, and I can honor how other people behave, how other people like to throw temper tantrums or whatever. I can honor that because that's their life. It's not my life, it is their life. And so cool, their truth, their experience, what they're going through, not me. And I get to reclaim my power. I get to reclaim my space and realize like I'm good. Does that make sense? Let me catch up on some of these comments. Let's see. No one right path except that which is right for you. Yeah, and we can still we can embrace other people's paths, their right, because it's their life, not ours, but theirs. So yeah, direction and liberation. What works for one doesn't for all. Absolutely. Remember that your opinion and actions are not the only opinions and actions in a situation. Exactly. I miss being able to have a conversation of sharing my thoughts and learning others. Yes, yeah, we're here. Waves can also symbolize growth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They start slow, constant, but when the energy builds up and can become a water storm and clash on the shore. Yeah, they can. So there's a lot of growth here. What is my karma telling me? Intense growth, but growth spurts have this ability to be chaotic, like beautiful chaotic, like massive waves, crashing and just shoot sugar, sorry. Massive waves and just chaos and craziness and then calmness. So as it reminds us, as we're in it, like when we're in it, y'all, when we're in these experiences that are really high, intense, and really like angry and just like, oh, so much. I hope you love my sound effects because, one man show over here. But when we're in it, if we can remind ourselves, waves, ebb and flow, so we can navigate the waves a little better because we can become aware of them, conscious of what's going on, this turmoil or this turbulence. And then we can say, but you know what happens after high tide? Low tide, calmness, soothing, right? This is going to be okay. We are going to be okay. We will get through this, right? Whew. So, yeah, there are many right ways for us to behave. How does that make you feel? I'm trying to catch up with these comments. So sorry. So that means to me that how I live or react or behave is not going to be right for everyone, just as the way someone else lives, reacts, and behaves may not be right for me exactly. But just because it's not right for them or right for you, it doesn't invalidate their experience, and it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong and they're doing something right, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And so it's really important for us to own that and understand that, you know what? We can live our own lives. I may not agree, but you know what? It's okay. I don't have to agree with your life. It's your life. Okay? And so it's important. Karma. What is our karma telling us? Our karma is telling us that, hey, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of growth oriented things going on in our lives right now. So when we choose to see the turbulence, the high intensity waves as growth spurts and lessons and things, and we can see these waves like, oh, maybe it's a situation or a person. Well, they can behave whatever the way they want. That's their right. It's their life. I'm going to handle this situation the way I do and allow them to be what they are. And as we understand that, we take our power back in every situation and we become happier because we're no longer investing our energy in things in which we cannot control, right? It all depends on the ground you stand, how you prepared. The tide can draw you in if you aren't careful where you stand. Exactly. Absolutely. So let's move on. Okay, so stack 3, dominant for those who chose stack 3, supporting for those who did not. Card 1, stack 3. Whoever said Gemini earlier, this is hilarious. This is Gemini, stack 3. Gemini, the talker, impersonal. Sometimes Geminis can be like they don't necessarily mean to be, but Geminis can be a little detached and impersonal, but that's just how they communicate, or some, right? So Gemini, the talker, impersonal, logical, emphasis on immediate environment. You like that? Like environment. I have to entertain myself too, y'all, so bear with me. So how does that make you feel? Gemini, the talker, impersonal, logical, emphasis on immediate environment. How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? What is my karma telling me? My karma is telling me that, yep, air sign, My karma is telling me that I do need to pay attention to how I communicate. And it can go either way with Gemini, obviously. So it can go either way with Gemini. How I communicate, am I too impersonal? Am I coming across very detached, not showing emotion? Or am I communicating in a way that is like really revved up and in my own emotions, my own feels, my own headspace, that I'm talking about whatever from a very narrow-minded experience, right? And so my karma is telling me that I need to work on my ability to communicate effectively, but make sure to bring a good balance. And the only way we're going to understand where we are is to do some self-work, self-reflection, and ask ourselves, like, okay, am I like, ooh, I'm revved up, and like, ooh, I'm like, this is talking, y'all. This is like, talkie. Or am I like, whatever, I really don't care. Go do your thing, whatever, you know? It's definitely saying, let us be aware of where we are and let us communicate in a little more passionate way if we're too impersonal, or a little more impersonal, or a little more detached way if we're too invested emotionally, right? Okay. And Elsa, let it go, let it go, let it go. And so the emphasis on immediate environment. And so this is another key point to consider in regards to our karma, right? Okay, so the immediate environment. What is going on in your immediate environment right now? Like in your life right now, what's happening? Is it in alignment with what you want? Does it feel good to you? Is there some friction? Is it not really where you want to be, but it's where you are right now? There's no judgment here. It's just time to ask yourselves these questions, because this is what's coming up, our karma, what we get to choose and invest. So when we discover what that is for us, we can then make the right choices to help us work through and set ourselves up for success and choose what we want. Okay. So yeah, it's we need to approach things right now with a little more logical mind, a little more analytical, a little more, not so fantastical, if we are. Okay. So the tongue can be sharper than the sword and kill others with words. Yeah. I know that very well. I do. I know that very well because I can use my words to really cut through. Like I can use my words to go for the throat. And I appreciate that about myself. That's what I know. But I also don't like when I get to that point. Yeah. And I'm really good at balancing that. So another thing is in regards to karma, what is it saying to you right now? What kind of balance do you need right now in life in regards to your mind, like your mental health? What kind of balance do you need to bring in your mental health? Like, again, there's no judgment here. Do you need to take some time for yourself to just relax and unplug and whatever? What do you need? That's the most important thing here. What do you need to bring balance back into your life and focus on doing those things? Okay. And that's what is karma telling you with this card? Karma is telling you that you are important in your life and you can balance things out, but just focus on what you need to do. Focus on what that means to you. Okay. Second card to stack 3. I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. I intend to co-create from my, I almost said plate, from my place of positive attraction. How does that make you feel? What does it make you think of? The cards aligned well. The king must be able to go with the flow and handling things and being effective. Exactly, exactly. Yes. So I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. So the individual creators who are coming together must be in a place of positive attraction before they come together, or nothing positive can come out of the co creation. If you are negatively focused on not feeling good, you can only attract others who are in the same state of negative attraction. That is why looking for a mate from a place of insecurity or lack of anything can never bring you the mate you really want, but instead brings you one who amplifies your current lack. Well, well, well. Okay. Thank you. How does that make you feel? What does it say to you? I think it's hilarious because we have Gemini, the talker, communication, right? And then we have this thing over here. I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. And what that really is expressing and saying to us is that, you know what? When I design my reality, when I design my experiences and the energy that I hold space for in here, I send outward as like that. I send outward as well. And it I don't know why I'm doing this. It sends outward and it brings back those experiences that are aligned with that energy. Um, and so, and so, what am I focused on? It all brings our karma back to ourselves. What do I feel? How do I feel? What is my mind invested in? What thoughts am I activating consistently? What am I doing right now? What action steps? Who am I engaging with? Who am I interacting with? You know, who am I? Who am I? And then it's like, okay, we are constantly creating. And so if we start to look within and if we start to discover things that are a little problematic for ourselves, or just things that are attracting, like we see outwardly, oh, we're having a relationship issue, or we're having a problem here, or someone's getting a little cranky. If we actually pay attention to what's going on internally, like what in our sense, what in ourselves and our beliefs or programming, what is being activated in here inside of us to call and co-create with that. If we can see the way we participate in our reality, if we can start to focus in on what we enjoy and focus in on talking about the things that make us happy, and focus in on our mental health, if we can do the things necessary to bring in that balance and bring in that good feeling, we will start to attract things from that space. So no matter what we do, we are attracting from the space that we are holding at any given moment. So we must again ask ourselves, what space are we holding and for whom? And then this is also a thing, like it's not saying to be nice all the time. It's not saying to just be positive, because we have to be honest. You know, this is physical earth. And so we have challenging experiences. We have chaos. We have hurtful experiences, anger experiences, and there's nothing wrong with those. It is important for us to acknowledge the pain, the trauma, the anger, the frustration, anything we can deem negative. It's not negative, it simply is. But we need to learn to acknowledge those things because they help us define what we really want. They help us to say, oh, I don't like feeling that way. And so I'm going to focus on this and figure out how to get here because it feels better to me. And so it definitely is saying, look, own your reality, own your space, understand your mentality and what you need to feel better on all aspects of your life, right? So let's see. What you put out, you bring back, send out, positive, receptive. Yeah. And the thing is, like with karma, it's like, it's not just like it's energy. Energy is energy. So it's not necessarily like if you're positive, you're going to get positive. If you, whatever you are, whatever you focus upon, whatever energy that you're holding space for, you're going to get, in a sense. So it's not like if you send out good, you're getting good, or you send out bad, you're getting bad. There's no judgment. It depends on the filtration system of the energy and the space that you're holding. So communication, understanding not only within yourself, but with others and the universe, attraction of positive, always be kind, it costs nothing, honesty, be you, embrace you. Yes. And so I really like this, especially for stack 3, because it's saying, look, the talker, Gemini, balance, this understanding that there are different aspects to our own lives and how we fit in with that. And knowing that, when we attract, when we co-create, it is from that space that we are holding right now. And we need to ask ourselves, what kind of space? Like, is it a productive space for what we are calling to us? Or is it not? Because if it's not a productive space for what we want to bring into our lives, then we don't need to bring those things in until we can figure out how to get that space productive to what we want to attract. And so that's what our karma is telling us. Focus on what's going on in your immediate environment right now. Focus on where you're at in life right now, and know that as you learn to become better in your own life and bring in that balance, that mental health, and what feels good, as you bring in all of that energy, you will change your point of attraction. So then you will start manifesting and creating and bringing to you experiences that are far more in alignment with what you feel, what you want, right? Change nothing about yourself, but simply accept what the universe has blessed you with. Clear out the negative. Appreciate the negative too. You know what I mean? Communication isn't just with others. We have to have an open line of communication with ourselves and co-create. Yeah, absolutely. Whoops. I like that. Communication isn't just with other. It is. That's the most important thing. Again, especially with Gemini coming up, it's like it is self-talk. It is how we communicate with ourselves. It's how we engage. Again, that goes back to our immediate environment, what's within us and our body, and how we view our body, how we feel, and all of that. So when we communicate in a healthy way to ourselves and we start to embody that energy, we start to shift. We start to shift our point of attraction. We start to become better feeling, right? We feel better. So let's see. Okay, so I really like that. So here we go. So what is karma telling us? We realize karma is telling us that it is important for us to focus in on us, not worry about outside sources. Don't invest into other people's activities. The best way to create and design your life is to make sure you hold yourself accountable to yourself and choose the things that make you feel better and are in alignment with, what you're seeking to create. It is important to understand that you are the king in your reality, that you hold dominion over wealth, abundance. Like, you're in control. You have control of this. And so it's important to control yourself. Stop trying to control other people and how other situations are acting. Focus on you. Focus on what you need to bring into order in your own life, and know that it's ebb and flow. Life is a journey. It's a long journey, and there is, turbulent times, which are beautiful, and then there are, not so turbulent, smooth sailing, like that smooth sailing times, which are also beautiful. And we can navigate the high tide and low tide energy of the waves by understanding that, there is no one right way to behave. I simply need to focus on what I want to do in my life and how I want to behave, how I want to come across for myself, and allow for people to do what they need to do. And then we know, as we balance with the ebb and flow, we also need to, with our heart, with the emotions of ourselves and our hearts, we also need to balance the mind. We need to bring in, mental health checks. And are we overdoing certain things? Do we need to take some rest? How do we talk to ourselves? How do we talk to the mirror? We need to realize it's important to not self-sabotage, and it's important to uplift ourselves and focus on our our own immediate environment. And when we focus in on our own immediate environment, we change our reality, right? Because as we change the space in which we hold, if it's not so great and we change it into better and greater, then we attract that energy, we attract that energy to us. And then that is our point of attraction. It feels better. We receive better because in our head, we are doing what is healthy and right for us. And we bring that energy into life. So karma isn't good or bad. It is not judgment. Karma doesn't judge. Karma simply is. And karma is the investments, the actions that we take every single moment. And so it's energy. It's energy that is setting us up for what we are holding space for. Okay? So this is our what is karma telling us reading. I hope that it resonates. I hope that you enjoyed it. This is in honor of, again, my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She is having her crystal sale right now. You can find that in the description. And yeah, she has some really amazing pieces, not just crystals, but oils and a lot of other things. And if you want, I'm here to be of service. I'm here to help. So you can tag me in any post if you want to know how to work with that crystal in a spiritual way. Right. So yeah, I do these every time she has a sale. I enjoy spending time with everyone. I hope that you can take this and utilize it, write it down, take notes, contemplate. And, that's what karma is telling us right now. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I will talk to everyone soon. Blessed be.